Hi there. It's September 2nd, Labor Day here in America, and we are on chapter 2 of our Proverbs. Still setting up, learning the benefits of wisdom before they teach us wisdom, right? And we're doing the Geneva Bible this month in 1599. Listen, yesterday I gave a brief background on the Geneva Bible. It's the oldest English Bible ever printed in the English language, and it was brought over on the Mayflower. So, been here a long time. Okay, chapter 2 is on the benefits of wisdom. It says, these are the chapter outlines. Verse 1, wisdom exhorteth to obey her. And starting at verse 5, she teacheth the fear of the Lord. 6, she's given of God, and she preserveth from wickedness. So, let's begin. My son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments within thee, and cause thine ears to hearken unto wisdom, and incline thine heart to understanding, or if thou callest after knowledge and criest for understanding, indeed, if thou seekest her as silver, and searchest for her as for treasures, right, then thou wilt understand the fear of the Lord, and find the knowledge of God. Okay? If you do all these things, and we can do this over here in the NIV, my son, if you accept my words and store up my commands, and then you turning your ear to wisdom and applying your heart to understanding, indeed, if you call out for insight and cry out for understanding, if you look for it as for silver and search for it as for hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. Okay? Do all those things, earnestly seeking wisdom and knowledge. Then you'll find understand the fear of the Lord. Know why you should be following him. Right? Okay, verse 6. For the Lord giveth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. Okay? Comes from the Lord. He preserveth the state of the righteous. He is a shield to them that walk uprightly. He holds success in store for the upright. He is a shield to those whose walk is blameless. Verse 8, that he may keep the ways of judgment, and he preserveth the ways of his saints. Keep the way of judgment. Guards the course of the just, and protects the way of his faithful ones. Okay, verse 9. Thou shalt understand righteousness and judgment and equity and every good. Then thou shalt understand righteousness and judgment and equity in every good path. Okay. That's one stanza, and it begins a new paragraph. Okay? Interesting. Why you should be seeking wisdom. Okay, verse 10. When wisdom entereth into thine heart, and knowledge delighteth thy soul, then shall counsel preserve thee, and understanding shall keep thee, and deliver thee from the evil way, and from the man that speaketh forward things. Man, whose words are perverse. Right. Let's do that again. When wisdom entereth into thine heart, and knowledge delighteth thy soul, then shall counsel preserve thee, and understanding shall keep thee, and deliver thee from the evil way, and from the man that speaketh forward things, and from them that leave the ways of righteousness to walk in the ways of darkness, which rejoice in doing evil, and delight in the perverseness of the wicked, whose ways are crooked, and they are lewd in their paths. And it shall deliver thee from a strange woman, even from the stranger which flattereth with her words, which forsaketh the guide of her youth, and forgetteth the covenant of her God. Surely her house tendeth to death, and her paths unto the dead. All they that go under her return not again, neither do they take hold of the ways of life. Therefore walk thou in the way of good men, and keep the ways of the righteous. For the just shall dwell in the land, and the upright men shall remain in it. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressor shall be rooted out of it. Well, so, and up here it says 10 was, she preserves from the wicked. Okay. Now, should we read that over in the NIV? For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will protect you, and understanding will guard you. Wisdom will save you from the ways of wicked men, from men whose hearts are perverse, who have left the straight paths to walk in dark ways, who delight in doing wrong and rejoice in the perverseness of evil. Lots of those around. Whose paths are crooked, and who are devious in their ways. And then it talks about wisdom shall save you also from the adulterous woman, from the wayward woman and her seductive words, who has left the partner of her youth and ignored the covenant she made before God. Adulterous women. Surely her house leads down to death, and her paths to the spirits of the dead. None who go to her to return or attain the paths of life. Thus you will walk in the ways of the good and keep to the paths of the righteous, for the upright will live in the land, and the blameless will remain in it. But the wicked will be cut off from the land, and the unfaithful torn from it, which is what it says over here. Cut off from the earth, and the transgressor shall be rooted out of it. So, there you go. That's Proverbs 2. More setup. Interesting. Not having a lot in here, because I mean, this whole thing is one statement, okay? It's like over here. One statement. If you do all these things, okay? If you will receive my words and hide my commandments within me, store them up, okay? And cause thine ears to hearken unto wisdom, and incline thine heart to understanding, right? Turn your ear to wisdom and apply your heart to understanding. For if thou callest after knowledge and criest for understanding, indeed, if you cry out for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver and search for her as for treasures, okay? Searching for knowledge like hidden treasure, like the way you would go after money, okay? Or seek treasure or diamond, you should be seeking wisdom and knowledge just like that. Then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. Okay? Which is ultimately what we want, is to understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. Okay? Like I said, we didn't highlight a lot in here. I mean, you could highlight the whole thing, right? For the Lord gives wisdom, out of his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He preserveth, as a note here, or hideth the salvation, the state of the righteous. He is a shield to them who walk uprightly. Let's highlight that. Okay. Let's highlight that. It should highlight 8 as well, right? That's God preserves the state of the righteous, and he is a shield to them that walk uprightly, that they may keep the ways of judgment, and preserveth the way of his saints. Right? Read that over here in the NIV. He holds success in store for the upright. He is a shield to those whose walk is blameless. For he guards the course of the just and protects the way of his faithfulness. Right. Right. We're going to end up just highlighting everything. The Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. Right. It comes from the Lord. And how we talked about yesterday, you only have to ask who gives, and he gives to all, if they have the faith. Right? to know it will happen and never doubt that it will happen. So, there you go. That's Proverbs 2. Interesting. We're getting into the thing. You know, I haven't found any differences between the NIV and the Geneva. I mean, it's said that there's a lot of stuff in the Geneva that they removed, and when they made the newer Bibles, partly because some say they didn't want the people, the ones in power, the worldly governors, did not want people to know that, so they would not turn against their government. But we'll see if we find any. So there you have it. Have a good Labor Day. Okay. Stay tuned later today. We're in day, I don't know where we are. Day. Way up there. Day 246 of our Through the Bible in a Year. Still in Ezekiel. We'll be there for a while, yeah. So stay tuned for that. Remember, stay humble. Seek, fear the Lord first. Seek knowledge and wisdom like you would treasures. All right? So tomorrow we'll do it again. See ya.